cold germs? Do acne cleansers really work? And do antibacterial hand washes cause superbugs that can kill us? What's really in my soaps and cleansers? Look at the range of soaps and cleansers available. There are 60 different types of soaps alone on these shelves and another 40 cleansers for sensitive skin, oily skin, dry skin. But do we need all these products, and do they do what they claim? What do you use to wash with?
Just soap or body wash.
Body lotion.
Just normal soap.
The body wash.
So is it a solid or a liquid?
Solid. Liquid. And
or
solid. Yeah.
We spend $28 million a year on solid soaps and another $43 million on hand washes and body washes. So what exactly is in our cleansing products? Let's start with soap. Humans have made soap for thousands of years, and for most of the time it's been done by mixing animal fat with the ashes from a fire. These days, soap makers use animal or plant fat, and instead of ashes, they use sodium hydroxide, also known as caustic soda. The sodium hydroxide reacts with the fat and makes soap, eventually. Sodium hydroxide is highly toxic, but soap making neutralises its harmful effects. If you're wondering how soap works, soap molecules have a kind of split personality. The head end loves water and attaches to water molecules, while the tail end hates water but loves fat, oil and dirt. During washing, soap molecules cluster together, trapping oil and dirt inside. The water-friendly end stays on the outside of the cluster, enabling the fat and dirt to be washed away. So soap is good at washing away oil, but is that desirable when it's a major component of our skin? The top layer of our skin consists of dead cells mixed with fats. This protective layer keeps toxins and bacteria out and moisture in. So what does soap do to those fats in our skin?
Washing with soap removes the fatty part of the moisturising layer and dries our skin out more.
So after thousands of years of never washing our skin, we're now using soap at least once a day, and some of us are developing skin problems.
You can end up with irritated, damaged, red, itchy, stingy skin.
People with naturally oily skin can wash more frequently than people with dry skin, but there are no hard and fast rules about how often we should wash with soap.
The smell that we're trying to wash off comes from the armpits, groin and smelly feet. So perhaps soap should be confined to those areas.
Not only can it be drying, but soap can continue to damage the skin after you thought you'd rinsed it off.
Soaps don't wash off very well, and so a little bit of soap is still sitting on the skin surface and continuing to cause its damage.
Soap left behind can disturb the correct pH balance of our skin that is vital for its barrier function.
If you destroy that pH, the skin barrier function doesn't work properly.
So if you're worried about these kinds of skin problems, look for soaps that are pH balanced. And later on I find some liquid soaps that are even more skin friendly.
We always had our backs scrubbed with a scrubbing brush.
Oh, yes, definitely.
My God, it was rough, it was hard. When you come out, you were glowing, you were pink, you know.
I tell you the other soap there was that come in, and that was palm olive.
Oh, yeah.
Palm olive soap.
Oh,
that
yes.
was beautiful,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Palm olive soap was first produced in 1898 with the ingredients palm oil and olive oil.
Palm oil's a very good ingredient to use for soap because it's of the type of fatty acids that are in it. So it makes a really nice hard bar of soap that also foams up very well.
Palm oil is also a cost-effective ingredient. Listed as sodium palmate or sodium palm kernelate, its use in soaps is raising concern. Demand for palm oil plantations is blamed for deforestation and climate change. So do we need to use palm oil in our soap, or do we have other options?
In terms of making soap, you can actually use a number of oils to produce soap, and that includes animal and plant-based oils.
Even in soap technology, necessity is the mother of invention. During World War II, a shortage of soap ingredients and a need for soaps that could be used in salt water led to the development of synthetic detergents. And those synthetic detergents ended up in many of the liquid soaps and body washes we use today. Sodium lauryl sulfate is a synthetic detergent sounding remarkably similar to sodium lauryl sulfate, a detergent known to cause skin irritation.
Sodium lauryl sulfate occurs more commonly in cleansers because it's been modified into an ingredient that's actually a lot more gentle.
Many of the synthetic detergents used in liquid soap are less irritating. So does that mean that liquid soap is a kinder alternative than ordinary soap?
One of the advantages of the synthetic detergents is that they wash off properly. So even if they are removing oil, they're only doing it for the few minutes that they're in contact with the skin.
Some research also shows that synthetic detergents with a pH closer to that of skin cause less damage.
They still can remove the dirt without destroying the barrier function of the skin.
Okay, so liquid soaps are sounding pretty good, but be aware that some of them do contain preservatives to give them a longer shelf life.
A lot of people like the idea of preservative-free products, but you know, preservatives are absolutely vital in commercial products, they really are.
Unfortunately, some liquid soap preservatives can cause skin problems like DMDM-hydantoin.
It's a very, very strong skin irritant, and it actually works by releasing formaldehyde, which is where the irritancy comes from.
According to the International Agency for Cancer Research, at high exposures, formaldehyde is considered carcinogenic. However, the amount released by DMDM-hydantoin in liquid soap is nowhere near the cancer-causing level, but it may cause irritation.
People that have sensitive skin can potentially have reactions to it, and that is even if it's being used in a product that's washed off.
Two other almost impossible to pronounce preservatives, methylchloroisothiazolinone and methyl isothiazolinone, can also cause irritation.
They are quite strong skin sensitizers and are used extensively in cleansers and soaps.
As a result, IRMA has set limits around the use of these two chemicals, but it's up to manufacturers to comply with the regulations. Having looked at normal soaps and liquid soaps, which is better to clean my skin with?
Well, if you have normal skin, use soap. Cheap, readily available, lasts a long time, cleans your skin effectively. But if you have sensitive skin, use a synthetic cleanser, either in a bar form or a liquid form, and better still if it's got added moisturisers.
What about soaking in a bubble bath? My kids love them. And I'm rather partial to them too.
Bubble bath is special occasions only because bubble bath contains very strong detergents and will strip the skin of the natural oils and protective cells. And you're sitting in it for minutes or hours. Clearly that's doing more than just cleaning off the dirt that happens in the first few minutes. It's undesirable.
Particularly for children with sensitive skin. Coming up, is ordinary soap more effective than antibacterial hand wash? And what hand wash is best for stopping the spread of flu germs?